Welcome to the inaugural episode of the Charlemagne Chronicles. Today, we turn the pages of history back to the late 8th century, to a siege that would not only redefine the landscape of medieval Europe, but also mark a turning point in the legacy of one of its most legendary figures. We journey to northern Italy, to the city of Pavia, where in the years 773 and 774, a monumental conflict unfolded, the Siege of Pavia. This wasn't merely a battle for control of a city, it was a confrontation that would determine the fate of entire kingdoms. At the heart of this historic siege was Charlemagne, a king whose ambitions stretched far beyond the borders of his Frankish realm. His confrontation with the Lombards under King Desiderius was more than a military campaign. It was a clash of cultures, ideologies, and visions for the future of Europe. The outcome of this siege would not only reshape the political map, but also forge new relationships between kingdoms, altering the course of history. In this episode, we delve into the intricate details of this pivotal event. The Siege of Pavia stands as a testament to Charlemagne's strategic acumen, his relentless pursuit of power, and the beginning of an empire that would leave an indelible mark on European history. Join us as we explore the strategies, the personalities, and the dramatic encounters of this legendary siege. In the tapestry of medieval power struggles, Charlemagne emerges as a central figure. Crowned king of the Franks in 768, alongside his brother Charlemagne, Charlemagne's reign was marked not just by external conquests, but also by intricate internal dynamics. The death of his brother in 771 and the subsequent consolidation of power under Charlemagne set the stage for an era of expansion and consolidation. A pivotal moment in Charlemagne's reign was his marriage to Desiderata, the daughter of Lombard king Desiderius. This union was more than a mere matrimonial alliance. It was a strategic maneuver in the complex chess game of European politics. However, the marriage was short-lived. Charlemagne's annulment of his marriage to Desiderata was not just a personal decision, but a political statement that strained relations between the Franks and the Lombards. This diplomatic rift was further deepened by the Lombards' aggressive stance against the papacy. King Desiderius, in a bold move, invaded papal territories, escalating tensions and drawing the ire of the Vatican. Pope Hadrian I, finding his papal states under threat and needing a powerful ally, turned to the most formidable force in Western Europe, Charlemagne. Charlemagne's decision to intervene was influenced by more than just papal appeal. The Lombard aggression posed a direct threat to the stability and expansion of his own realm. By responding to the Pope's call for aid, Charlemagne was not just asserting his military might, but also positioning himself as a defender of the Church, a role that would significantly shape his legacy and the religious landscape of Europe. As Charlemagne marshaled his forces for what would become the Siege of Pavia, he was acutely aware that the outcome would define not just the fate of his empire, but also the balance of power in a continent rife with political and religious upheaval. Facing Charlemagne was King Desiderius of the Lombards, a leader of equal ambition and tenacity. The Lombards, having established their kingdom in Italy centuries prior, were a people steeped in a rich and unique cultural identity. Their legacy in Italy was one of resilience and adaptability, having navigated the complexities of ruling over a land with a deep and diverse history. The Lombards under Desiderius were not merely defending territory, they were fighting for the preservation of their way of life and autonomy. The marriage between Charlemagne and Desiderata had initially appeared as a bridge between the two powers. However, Charlemagne's abrupt annulment of this union transformed what was a diplomatic bond into a catalyst for animosity. King Desiderius, already a seasoned leader, found himself in a challenging position following the divorce. The personal affront of the annulment was coupled with broader political implications. His reaction was not just in defense of familial honor, but a strategic move to safeguard Lombard sovereignty. His invasion of the Papal States, while aggressive, was a testament to his commitment to resist Frankish influence and maintain Lombard independence. This period was critical for the Lombards, who had long been a dominant force in Italian politics. Their military tradition, characterized by discipline and bravery, was a formidable match for the Frankish armies. Desiderius, aware of the stakes at hand, led his people with the knowledge that the outcome of this confrontation would seal the fate of the Lombard kingdom. In the shadow of the impending siege, Desiderius prepared his forces, rallying his troops not just in defense of Pavia, but of the Lombard legacy itself. The stage was set for a confrontation that was more than a clash of armies. It was a battle for identity, culture, and the future of a people at the crossroads of history. As dawn broke over the Alpine landscape, Charlemagne began a campaign that would dramatically reshape European history. His formidable army, estimated to be between 10,000 and 40,000 strong, symbolized the might and ambition of the Frankish kingdom. Displaying his strategic prowess, Charlemagne divided his army into two segments. He entrusted half of his forces to his uncle Bernard, the experienced son of Charles Martel, and led the other half himself. They embarked on a challenging journey through the Alpine passes. Charlemagne chose the Dora Susa near Montigny for his route, while Bernard traversed the snow-covered trails of the Great St. Bernard Pass. Descending from the mountains, they faced not open fields, but the imposing fortifications of King Desiderius of the Lombards. However, Charlemagne's scouts, with keen precision, found an alternate route. Exploiting this advantage, Charlemagne swiftly flanked the Lombard defenders. Simultaneously, Bernard's forces advanced from the east, trapping the Lombards in a pincer movement and forcing them to fall back to their stronghold in Pavia. By September, Charlemagne's entire army had gathered around Pavia. Remarkably, Charlemagne brought no siege engines, showcasing his preference for psychological tactics over brute force. Instead, he initiated a traditional siege, a test of patience and power. With Pavia unprepared for a prolonged siege and its surrounding lands under Frankish control, it became isolated and vulnerable. As the seasons changed, Charlemagne's control over the region strengthened. Even his visit to Pope Hadrian in Rome during Easter did not waver his focus. The Lombard nobility, perhaps recognizing the futility of resistance, did not challenge the siege, and no aid was sent. Time passed, and famine started to besiege the walls of Pavia. Desiderius, who once commanded as a king, watched his kingdom disintegrate. Ultimately, realizing the hopelessness of further resistance and abandoned by his allies, he surrendered. In June, the gates of Pavia opened to Charlemagne. This moment was not just about the fall of Pavia, but also marked the end of the Lombard reign, heralding the beginning of a new era under Charlemagne's expanding empire. As the dust settled over Pavia, the siege's outcome marked a turning point in the history of the region. Charlemagne's victory was decisive. The Frankish king not only captured Pavia, but also deposed King Desiderius, effectively ending the Lombard rule in Italy. This triumph allowed Charlemagne to declare himself King of the Lombards, a significant expansion of his realm and influence. For the Lombards, this defeat signaled the end of their kingdom as an independent power and the beginning of a new era under Frankish dominance. The immediate aftermath saw a reorganization of territories and a shift in the balance of power in favor of the Franks. The long-term implications of the Siege of Pavia were profound and far-reaching. Charlemagne's consolidation of power in the region laid the groundwork for what would eventually become the Holy Roman Empire, shaping the political and cultural landscape of Europe for centuries. This victory was not just a military achievement, but also a strategic step in Charlemagne's larger vision of a unified Christian Europe. It strengthened the alliance between the Frankish kingdom and the papacy, setting a precedent for the role of the Church in European politics. For the Lombards, their integration into the Carolingian Empire marked a significant cultural and social transformation as their traditions and governance structures were absorbed and altered under Frankish rule. The Siege of Pavia also offers a moment to reflect on the leadership styles of Charlemagne and Desiderius. Charlemagne's approach, characterized by strategic foresight, adaptability, and a blend of military prowess with diplomatic acumen, was pivotal in his successful expansion. His ability to simultaneously manage multiple fronts and integrate various cultures under his rule showcased his skills as a unifier and a conqueror. On the other hand, Desiderius's leadership, while demonstrating resilience and a strong defense of his kingdom, perhaps lacked the broader strategic vision and alliances necessary to counter the rising power of Charlemagne. His commitment to the defense of Pavia, despite the overwhelming odds, speaks to his dedication to his people and kingdom. In conclusion, the siege of Pavia was more than a military conquest. It was a catalyst for change in medieval Europe. It highlighted the complexities of leadership, the intricacies of medieval warfare, and the interplay of cultural, religious, and political forces that shaped the era. This battle did not just rewrite the map of Europe, it also set the stage for the rise of one of history's most renowned empires. As we conclude our exploration of the Siege of Pavia, we close a vital chapter in the saga of Charlemagne's empire building. This was not merely a battle, it was a complex interplay of ambition, strategy, and cultural dynamics that left an indelible mark on medieval Europe. We've delved into the strategic genius of Charlemagne, a visionary leader who reshaped a continent, and we've borne witness to the indomitable spirit of the Lombards, fiercely defending their heritage against formidable odds. This episode stands as a powerful reminder of the intricate weave of politics, culture, and warfare that defined an era. And now, we invite you to continue this journey with us in the Charlemagne Chronicles. In our next episode, we venture into the rugged landscapes of the Pyrenees to uncover the Battle of Roncevaux Pass. This episode is not just a recounting of another battle, it's a dive into a narrative wrapped in myth and legend. Here, Charlemagne's forces face an unforeseen and elusive adversary, marking a departure from the structured sieges against established kingdoms. The Battle of Roncevaux Pass offers a glimpse into a different kind of warfare, a clash against a shadowy foe in the mountainous frontier. Thank you for joining us on Tactical Engagements. If you've enjoyed this journey into history, please consider subscribing to our channel for more episodes where strategy, history, and tales of valor come alive. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Your engagement helps us bring these historical narratives to a wider audience. For more insights, behind-the-scenes content and discussions, follow us on social media and visit our website. Links are in the description. Until next time, keep engaging.